slot moving forward into the playoffs. Ibang mga tinatahak nilang daan, ibang pwede lang abutin, pero importante dito ay makakuha ng panalo ngayong araw na to.
Parehong kupunan, aapat pa lang ang panalo dito sa Commissioner's Cup. At pagka nakasungkit ka nga ng panlima, automatic lusot ka na into the next round. At least quarterfinals nandoon ka.
Let's go very quickly, and we have to start from bottom to top. Rain or shine, they are out. That's a certainty. Air 21, Petron, Meralco, Power 8, all those teams at this point nagdadasal na yung maging setup, sila yung masama para sa knockout spot para dun sa natitirang quarterfinal slot. Barako, if they win, they advance to the semis. Alaska, they're rather to the quarters. Alaska, they're booked for the quarters. Ang Barangay Ginebra, they win today, and they win their next game. They might have a chance for the semis. BTEC, Tokentech, they have a chance for the outright semis, but they are assured of the quarterfinals so far.
Iyan po ang mga nakahain dito sa second game ng inyong PBA Super Sunday. Laban ng Sapula sa puti. Barangay Ginebra and they're fighting red. Nakaputi naman. Etong Barako Bull rather. At para sa Barangay Ginebra, kapansin-pansin, JJ Helterbrand will be coming off the bench for the first time here in the Commissioner's Cup. Kagiwa making his second start. Cortez his third start. Hatfield second start. Willie Wilson kauna-una ang starting five niya dito.
And not a surprise because when you look at most of the members that are here, last time na naglaro ang Barangay Ginebra is actually a week ago. Majority of that starting five na nandyan, a major reason kung bakit sila nakasungkit ng panalo noong araw na iyon.
Para naman sa Barako Bull, Weinstein making his second start. Willie Miller, constant presence yan sa starting unit kasama ni Dorian Peña. Si Ronald Tubid, ipinasok din dyan kasama ang kanilang import na si Rodney White. The red shirts of Ginebra with first crack at the basket dito sa loob ng Smart Araneta. Roman kontra Peña. Ang unang atake dito ng Gin Kings. Mark Kagiwa. Back to Vroman, two-man game. Dalawa kagad sumalubong dito kay Vroman and right away nakikita mo kinukuyog si Jackson Vroman as Cortez fails to hit the shot. Willie Miller, isang dating once upon a time miyembro ng Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings. Iikot nila papunta kay Weinstein.
So here's a guy who's very interesting how the crowd will react kung paano sila dun sa laro. Ito si Ronald Tubid.
Ronald Tubid, a long-time member of the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings, coming up with the assist papunta kay Rodney White. Rodney White has shown us a little bit of everything sa kanyang laro dito sa Commissioner's Cup.
Rodney White, he's done a triple-double. He's had a career scoring game and big rebounds. And the good thing is, he's getting victories. Ito naman, very positive side para sa mga fans ng Barangay Ginebra because Jackson Vroman, his first outside shot, pasok kaagad.
So bawian ang mga import sa harap ng libo-libong PBA fans sa loob ng Big Dome. White getting rid of the defense of Hatfield. Rodney White, niluwalang ng ring. Hatfield with his first board of the game. Kagiwa, down the gut of the defense, is fouled.
All of number 22, Sean Weinstein, his first one-on-one.
Weinstein na napatuan ng kanyang unang personal foul. At as expected, itong si Ronald Tubid ang tatao kay Mark the Spark Kagiwa. Pero hindi, lumayo bigla.
Actually, they're playing a little bit of zone right now, Magu.
As Barako has dropped to a 2-3 zone. Roman 2 for 2 from the perimeter.
And it's a shot it seems that Barako is giving to him at present because they saw the struggles last week para kay Jackson Vroman, especially from the free throw line. So tingnan natin, kaya mo ba sumut sa labas? But so far, Jackson Vroman up to the task.
Lamang ng Ginebra, 4-2. After Barako knocked in the first 2 points of this game. Miller looking to create some separation between him and Willie Wilson. Weinstein, nowhere to go. 7 seconds pa naman sa shot clock. White mula sa labas. No go. Peña had a hand on it. Kaso tinapik ni Kagiwa. Palabas ang bola.
Guys like Dorian Peña, the big guys of Barako Bull, they're guys that will be workhorses underneath. Hindi pwedeng pabayaan ni Jackson Vroman makakuha ng mga tips na ganyan, kaya mga offensive rebound. Ito mga big men ng Barako.
Willie Miller, step back jumper, drains it in front of Willie Wilson. Bigger guy on Miller and he takes advantage with his footwork.
Look at Willie Miller, he's a scorer. Regardless what you put on him, you put a small guy, he can post you up. You put a guy na di kasing bilis, gagawin naman niya, gagamitin niya ng galaw.
As Kagiwa misses a 3, Willie Wilson underneath with a putback.
So far for Barangay Ginebra, almost every trip down, they're getting baskets. And so far, yung kanilang field goal percentage, very good.
Dubit off the handoff. Nakita pa etong si Peña. He spins into trouble. Peña creating space. No good. Cortez with the board. At etong si Kulkat, itutulak ang bola. Almost running into trouble. Hatfield, no looks at the Broman. At no choice na ito si Weinstein kung hindi bigyan siya ng foul.
And this is going to be the first true test para kay Jackson Broman. Yes, he made his 2 outside shots, but there's a big difference. There's a big difference between shooting within the frame of the offense and then everybody stopping. Maririnig mo ang fans, tapos titira ka. That's not a bad miss. That's halfway down. That's much better than what we saw last week.
Makita mo may backspin ngayon yung kanyang free throw. Ito si Jackson Broman coming off a 1 for 12 free throw shooting performance. In a big win last Sunday, he goes 0 for 2 on his first trip.
And then after that, you hear whispers pagbaba mo, no, if you're a player. But for Jackson Broman, these struggles na nangyayari sa kanya, not really normal dahil for his career, he's right about more than 60% from the free throw line. But ito nga, nagkakaproblema siya dito, dating back to the last game.
Weinstein hits mula sa labas. Tabla ang ating labanan, 6 apiece. Kagiwa, ako sa pagitan ni Wilson at Hatfield yung kanyang no-look pass, pati yung mga kakampi niya napeke doon.
And you look at what Barako is doing to the team of Coach Sean Tankinsen. They look at the lineup right now of Barangay Ginebra. There's only one guard on the off-guard spot. On the small forward, it's not really a shooter because you have Willie Wilson. That's why they're playing some zone, forcing itong grupo na ito to shoot from the outside.
White attacking the baseline.
5 seconds to shoot.
Tap out, 5 seconds to work with para dito sa Barako Bull Energy. White against Hatfield. He has to go quick. White against 3. Naiangat pa yung tira. Hatfield with a second board. Cortez to Kagiwa. Pull-up jumper. Mark the spark with his first 2 points of the game.
And you look at little things in the game. The reason why Mark was able to get that shot, Jackson Broman ran through the middle. Dinalala niya lahat ng depensa because if you have a big guy running that really sucks in the defense, that opened up the shot para dito kay Mark Kagiwa.
8-6 ang nasa ating talaan. Willie kontra Willie. Peña a little too far for comfort. Looking to take Broman off the dribble. He goes cross-court to White. Rodney White is 1 for 3 so far in the game. Gets it over to Miller. Pull-up jumper over Wilson. Slime around. Nagmintis naman siya. Broman to Cortez. Nauna si Willie Wilson pati si Rudy Hatfield. Bilis din ang depensa ng Barako Bull. Cortez into the lane.
And as a group, and especially Mike Cortez, this Ginebra team has been pretty aggressive. Pag nakakuha sila ng rebound, tumatakbo sila. They're not settling for slowing down the game.
10-6. Barangay Ginebra now sitting on a 4-point lead. Tubit gustong bawasan yan mid-pace. And away from play, there is a foul. At i-review pa to itong foul na to dahil nakakita tayo ng senyas ng flagrant 1.
Might be Jackson Broman and Dorian Peña. Kasi kanina pa nagbabanggaan itong dalawa na to.
Daan natin bago pa mangyari yung epic flop ni Mick Benici, it was Dorian Peña who was bothering yung import ng Petron na si McDonald. Ito silipin natin, Jay. As Broman was looking to run back down.
We'll see what the decision of the referees will be.
Follow number 4, Dorian Peña.
Regular foul on Dorian Peña.
Seems fair dahil we've seen worse than that para na hindi tinatawag na flagrant foul. But you can see itong Barako ball players, iniinis nila. Ito si Jackson Broman. Basta dumadaan, binabangga nila.
Kagiwa launches a 3. Inis pa rin. Big offensive rebound once again galing kay Wilson. Broman. Willie Wilson once again.
Wilson doing an excellent job. 3 offensive rebounds, the only offensive rebounds to show for para sa Ginebra.
And his teammates look to reward him. Binigyan siya ng pasa doon sa loob and he will have to earn 2 points from the line.
Gets a start today para dito kay Willie Wilson and definitely playing well in this start of his.
2 shots from William Wilson.
Peña natawagan ng kanyang ikalawang personal foul sa kauna-unang pagkakataon niya sa Commissioner's Cup. Itong si Willie Wilson binigyan ng starting duties ni Coach Shot Tangkinsen. Wilson goes 2 for 2. 4 na puntos na para sa kanya. At ganun-ganun lang. Tinoble na ng Ginebra ang abante kontra ang produksyon ng Barako. 12-6. Sa ating pagbabalik, makakasama na natin ang ating courtside reporter na si Nico. Kaya tutok lang kayo dito sa Active.
Ay hinahanap na bigunin sa tinisin sa throughout this game. Aminado rin naman itong si Action Jackson na naging problema na niya ang init ng ulo niya throughout his career. Pero sabi niya, he will try his best na hindi ito pansinin dahil importante ang panalo today.
Nico, mukhang alam na ng Barangay Ginebra na iinisin ito si Jackson Broman. What's their game plan? Paano nila ito pipigilan?
Well, nakausap natin si JJ Helterbrand. Sabi niya, ang banggit niya sa akin, this can't happen to a Ginebra team. They can't bully our own players. Sabi niya, that's also the reason why we have Enrico Villanueva on our team. Go, Jason.
May respat na nakahanda. Itong Barangay Ginebra. Maraming salamat kay Nico Ramos. Barangay Ginebra leading by 6.
Screen Dorian Pedro.
Moving from the outside, Mendez Peña looking to keep it alive. Weinstein gets it over, papunta kay Rodney White. Fresh shot lang para dito sa Barako. Willie Willer wanting his teammates to set things up. Miller kontra Cortez. Willie, up and under. Mobra kanya tira. Peña once again with a hand on it. Kaso this time around sa kagiwa sumalo ng bola. Cortez sinalubong ni White. Nakita si Broman on the run.
Jackson Broman is helping his team because he runs the break with them. Ang laking bagay na meron 6'10", sumasabay sa mga gwardiya mo. Mike Cortez easily finding it.
Napako na sa 6 itong Barako Bull Energy. 8-point lead for the Gin Kings. Weinstein to Miller. Hinahanap itong si White doon sa poste. Hatfield keeping an eye on it. White making his move. Baiting away off the glass for 2.
Very good defense on the part of Rudy Hatfield. Just better offense on the part of Rodney White. Basket na kinakailangan na noon ng Barako Bull dahil matagal na silang nanahimik sa pag-shoot.
Just over 5 minutes remaining sa ating unang yugto. Cortez napunta kay Hatfield. Hinahanap si Broman. Over Peña. No good. White with a one-handed rebound. White to Peña. And Dorian clearing space. Nabura si Broman sa pagkakataong yun.
And one of the good things that ginagawa ni Dorian Peña, he posts up early. Kasi kahit na malaki, ito si Jackson Broman, Dorian Peña, very wide, using his strength, clearing space.
Napatingin nila si Broman sa referee. Ref, nabura ako doon. Pero ito, abangan natin susunod na dead ball situation. At si Mick Pinisi waiting na. Abangan mo yung magiging salubong sa kanya. Big doon sa lingkod ng gabi na ito. As Cortez makes it another 6-point lead for the Gin Kings.
Looks like Coach Shot Tangkinsen pressing the right button to start this game. Mike Cortez making his start, he gets 4 points. Willie Wilson making his start as well. Also 4 of those 16 points.
White against Hatfield, sinalubong pa ni Broman. Rodney White earns himself a trip to the line for 2. Tayo natin after the first free throw, ang hiyawan dito.
Follow number 99, Rudy Hatfield, his first one-on-one on Ginebra. Substitutions, Nick Medisi for Dorian Peña, Willie Villanueva for Weinstein.
Medyo subdued pa ng konti, ha? Medyo subdued pa, ha? Hindi pa daw nangaasar, eh. Split from the line, galing kay Rodney White. Cuts this deficit to 5. Mahigit 4 na minuto na titira sa ating opening quarter. Broman from the outside. And this time around, pinasok niya.
Binibigay yung tira na yun para kay Jackson Broman sa putong ito. And he's not done that bad because he's 4 out of 6 from the floor. He's missed only 2 shots from there out of the 4 that he's taken from that distance.
White from the outside. Pasok yung press niya.
Isa yung napapansin natin dito sa Barako. Rodney White can score and he's getting his right now, but seems that the locals still not into the game so far para sa Barako.
Cortez fakes a pass, gets away, flips it up, maintains rebound battle, knock in Rodney White. Down by 4 lamang ang Barako Bull Energy as White picks up his dribble. David gets it across. Si Miller looking to settle down the energy. They go back to White. He's got 8 points so far. White over Broman. Kagiwa with yet another board. 7 rebounds kada ball game. Niya si Mark the Spark Kagiwa. As he goes over to Cortez. Hatfield against Stubid. He's got the heft advantage. They go back out. Kagiwa for 3. He's 0 for 3 from that deep. Wala na pong 3 minuto natin sa ating first quarter. Arboleda now on the floor para dito sa Barako Bull. 5 to work with. Hindi pa nakakaporma itong Barako. 3-pointer on the way. Air ball. Talagang it took them almost all 24 to get into their set. Barako Bull definitely needs this timeout, which is charged to Ginebra. Abante pa rin ang 4 at Gin Kings 18-14. Very capable of shifting gears para sa kanyang koponan. Kaya niyang mag-all around, kaya rin niyang magdala.
And for this team, they're in must-win mode. It seemed all throughout for the last 3 games. First time out, nakakuha siya ng triple-double at kontra ang Meralco. After that, against Petron, he had 41 points and 22 rebounds. And again today, looking good is Rodney White with his 8 points and 4 rebounds.
Just over 2 minutes remaining sa ating opening quarter. Cortez to Kagiwa, pang-4 na tira. Mintis pa rin para kay Mark the Spark. Here comes Winnie Arboleda. Stop and pop 3. Potting Winnie rattles it out. Kagiwa out to Roman. Back to the Spark. Iwa throwing up breaks at this point of the game. We at the 2-minute warning ng ating first quarter. Wilson mula sa baseline. Kicks it out. Kagiwa picks it up. Nakita si Hatfield. Huli ni Tubid pero merong foul.
Number 71, Ronald Tubid. That's his first.
One thing that's keeping Barangay Ginebra alive in this game and giving them this lead, Magu, is yung dami ng rebound na nakukuha nila sa simula ng laro nito. They're just out-rebounding this Barako Bull side, and as a whole throughout the conference, that's what Barangay Ginebra has done well.
Wilson and Cortez through to the bench. Pasok sa loob. Etong si Dylan Ababu at si John Wilson this time around. Mintis para yung free throw para dito kay Hatfield. Quiet day in the office so far para kay Rudy. Benisi for a 3. Doesn't work. Ababu hindi nahabol yung rebound. White has stripped pero pati braso niya nakasama. Bigla na lang bumagal, ano? Scoring, napako na tayo sa 18-14, Jay.
Yes, and that's because both teams are starting to miss. And looking at the lineup right now, Magu, of Barangay Ginebra, actually playing without a natural point guard. We don't know how JJ is feeling because usually makikita mo na siya or even Rob Labagala. They're playing big right now. Maybe trying to avoid Winnie Arboleda posting up their smaller guards.
At ito si Helter niya sa kauna-unang pagkakataon dito sa Commissioner's Cup. Hindi siya parte ng starting unit ng Ginebra. As White goes 2 for 2. Baba sa dalawang abante ng Gin Kings. 10 puntos na para kay White. Mahigit sa minuto na lang natitira sa ating unang yugto. Roman against the zone. They go to Hatfield. Left-hand layup is good.
First 2 points para kay Rudy Hatfield, and that's what he's gonna do in that zone. He's gonna be cutting dun sa mga gaps ng zone. Pag nabigyan siya ng pasa, that's when he'll be effective.
Yan yung napansin natin, even with that talk and text game, si Roman and Hatfield played beautiful basketball together, Jason.
With that passing of Jackson Broman from the top, hinahanap si Rudy Hatfield. Doon uminit si Rudy. Doon nakakuha na siya ng maraming puntos doon. Of course, that circle shot of his, that's when the confidence grew and led to a career night.
Hatfield from Roman na naman, this time around napigilan. By the way, si Jimbo Aquino has scored his first 2 points against his former team. Ganing-ganing na lamang. John Wilson to Kagiwa from the outside. The Spark still could not hit. Iisa palang field goal dito, no? To mark the Spark Kagiwa. Danny Siegel now on the floor. Over to White, 15-footer is good.
Right now, Barako, they're finding the hoop. Pagkatapos pagkatapos sila nagsimula ng napakabagal, ito humabol na sila, natabla nila. A chance though for Barangay Ginebra to close this one out.
Isang playoff spot nakataya dito sa ating PBA Super Sunday. 4 seconds na titira sa ating first quarter. Tabla labanan. Kagiwa could not get the layup, and that'll do it for the first 12 minutes of action.
At the end of the first quarter,
2020, nasa ating talaan, Jackson Roman with 8-2 so far. He's hit 3 of those long shots. Unang dalawa pumasok, nagmintis ng dalawa. Pero nakabawi din naman. At itong isang fast break layup niya. Jackson Roman, tututukan natin. At the matchup niya kay Rodney White. White's got 10 points, Roman's got 8. We are tied at 20.
Ang tunay
Radio partner sa DZSR 918 AM. Ayun, no? Si kasamang Dennis Principe. Hindi na rin si Zaldi Perez. Kaya kung palabas ng bahay, hindi nyo matatapos sa active ang larong ito. Tumotok lang sa sports radio para hindi makamintis ng aksyon. Second quarter now underway. Mr. Marjon kasama si Jason Webb together with Nico Ramos patrolling the sidelines. Mick Pinisi from the perimeter doesn't work. Kasama niya sina Jimbo Aquino, Rodney White, Winnie Arboleda, and Dynamite Danny Siegel. Binabantayan niya sina Mike Cortez, Dylan Ababu, Kirby Raimundo, Jackson Broman, and John Wilson. Ababu coming off a 2-point performance. Gets it over to Kirby. Reverse layup doesn't work. White clears it para dito sa Barako. Barako hindi nila maitakbo ang bola sa pagkakataong ito as White stops and pops from distance. No go. So patuloy ang alat ng shooting na magkabilang koponan. It picked up around about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Minamalas pareho dito. Ganun pa rin, Jason.
Actually, you know, it's Barangay Ginebra na minamalas because when you actually look at the end of that first quarter, it was a 9-2 run to close out that first quarter para sa Barako Bulls. Clear good start para sa Barangay Ginebra to get the first 2 points of this second quarter.
Big putback by Jackson Broman and he gets into double figures. 10 puntos na para sa kanya. Dynamite Danny bounces it over. Jimbo. Lupenisi kicks it back out. Arboleda with a pull-up. Gets it to go. Tied at 22 sa ikalimang pagkakataon sa ball game na ito. Cortez hesitates on the 3. Aquino all over him. He goes to Broman. Another perimeter jumper. Pinisi and Siegel nag-agawan sa rebound. Napulot na lang ni Arboleda. Ginebra also dropping down to a 2-3 zone. Siegel with a turnaround doesn't work. John Wilson para sa rebound. Pasa niya. Buti nasa lupa ni Ababu. Super Ababu all the way to the hole.
And here's one guy that might play with a lot of confidence sa araw na to. Dylan Ababu nang galing yan sa Barako Bull. And you know that for him, he knows already kung ano ang kaya niyang gawin against these players because he's played with them a lot of times in practice.
Arboleda misses from the outside. Broman finding Cortez for the touchdown.
Got to do a better job, Barako Bull, of sending people back. Losing sight of Mike Cortez that time. Jackson Roman, alam niya kung nasan yung point guard niya.
Mike Cortez, 6 na puntos na sa larong ito. Barako goes to Rodney White. Kapansin-pansin si Rodney White na talagang gumagana ng opensa dito, Jason.
But he's the one guy that has some pep in his step. The rest of the guys, it seems a lot of standing around para dito sa Barako Bull.
Kirby out on the run, 2-on-1. Raimundo drops it off to Ababu. Goaltending yun. Kontra kay David Dinamita.
And again here, transition defense, inaatake ng Barangay Ginebra dito sa Barako Bull.
28-22, Barangay Ginebra back up by 6. It's an 8-2 run to open the second quarter. 3 minuto mahigit pa lang ang lumilipas rito. Arboleda gets it to Pinisi. They swing it to Siegel. Dinamita sees a crack in the defense. Stretching out for the left-handed finish.
That's a very solid finish mula kay Danny Siegel. Usually he likes to finish with his right hand. Pero naiinag niya pa dahil nakita niya si Jackson Roman.
Ababu ready with 4 points. Gets it over to Raimundo. Kirby with a jump hook. Diluwa ng ring. Jimbo para sa rebound. Jimbo looking to attack the baseline. Huli from behind the Kirby Raimundo. Ababu will go on a 3-on-1 to Cortez. Gets the basket. basket. May kasama pang foul.
Look at all the points. The majority of the points para sa Barangay Ginebra sa quarter na to. Ina-atake nila yung depensa ng Barako Bull pagdating sa transition. This time around, they've got 3 players out there in the fast break. Only 2 para sa Barako Bull. Yung isa, nahuhuli pa. Mike Cortez, 2 points, plus 1 more in the free throw.
Jason, kanina hinahanap natin kung nasan nga ba si JJ Helderbrand. Si Nico Ramos, mayroong balita.
Totoo yan, Magu Jason. Hinahanap nyo nga itong si Mr. Fast. Kinausap ko siya kanina. Sabi niya, pinapahinga niya itong kanyang hamstring na kanyang na-strain during practice. Tinanong ko if it's a serious injury. Sabi niya, I don't think so. I just don't want to risk it. So malamang ay hindi natin makikita in action itong si JJ Helderbrand. Magu Jason.
Thank you, Nico. What effect will that have? Napakasolido na pinakikita ni JJ dito sa Commissioner's Cup, Jason. As Kirby blocks, Dynamite from behind, 1 to shoot. Jimbo napatama sa ring.
Now, you were asking what effect will that do para sa Barangay Ginebra. Definitely depletes that guard lineup and he plays majority of those minutes. Nakita na natin ang resulta nun. Kanina, Mark Kagiwa actually had to play some minutes at point guard because dahil nga wala si JJ Helderbrand.
As John Wilson comes up with a turnover. Nasa bench ni Coach Shot, relax lang, we don't have to run it every single time. Pagpasa pa lang niya, nakita niya, nakatalikod pala yung target niya eh. Don Carlos Aliado now on the floor para dito sa Barako Bull. Iisa nag-a-average ng double figures na local para sa Barako Bull, and that's Willie Miller. Don Caliado is the only guy close to that at 9.5 points per ball game. As Danny Siegel, guys, gets the bounce.
And actually for both teams, yan ang nangyayari dito when you look at the way they score. Yung import nila, ang daming ginagawang puntos. But the next guy, they have one guy in double digits. Pagkatapos nun, wala na. The same case with Barangay Ginebra. They only have Mark Kagiwa in double digits. But we also know na kahit ganun yun, they're all capable of reaching double digits when the opportunity arises.
31-26. Wala na pong 7 minuto na titira sa ating first half. Barangay Ginebra, abante pa rin ng 5 puntos. Ababu from the corner. 3-pointer is good.
I mean, he came into this game in the end of the first quarter roundabout. And when he came in, nakita mo yung kumpiyansa ni Dylan Ababu.
Dylan Ababu actually started his career kontra sa Barangay Ginebra. Ikalawang laro ng Barako yun ng Philippine Cup. And he exploded for 20 points in that contest. Cortez to Enrico on the run. Barangay Ginebra looking to run Barako to the ground.
Definite cause for concern para sa Barako Bull. Not enough men going down. Barangay Ginebra, yes, Mike Cortez, konti lang ang mga gwardiya dyan, but they're taking advantage. Dylan Ababu, I see the 3. It will be a 3 para sa kanya sa kanto. Mike Cortez assist again. Ito na, Barangay Ginebra by 10.
Dylan Ababu na nga ba ang future ng Barangay Ginebra?
He must form part of that future when you look at Dylan Ababu. He's young enough, he's talented enough, and he's showing it right here kung ano kaya niyang gawin para dito sa squad na to. They made a move for Dylan Ababu because they felt that he could help their team not only in the future but also right now, at pinapakita niya yan with his 7 points.
Kaya naman, ito na first double-digit spread ng ating laro. Barangay Ginebra 36, Barako 26. Fast break attack. Aba, wala pa para sa Barako. Weinstein, part of that starting unit, buries that 3.
Right now, itong Barako Bull have to get points from guys like Sean Weinstein, guys like Don Aliado, guys like Ronald Tubin. It has to be more of a team effort right now para lahat ng mga players sila involved sa laro.
Kagiwa to Villanueva. Ilang kumapit yung Pectus para kay Enrico. Tumatakbo ang Barako. Can this be their first fast break point? Weinstein from the outside. Can't go back-to-back threes. Aliado clears it. Keeps possession para dito sa Energy. Aliado kontra Raimundo. Aliado na may muwersa. Kirby napituan ng foul.
Zini's call right there because Kirby just naunahan na siya nung lakas ni Don Aliado. Was trying to stop it and he actually used both hands.
Paubay na muna dito. Ni coach shot ng Vincent, si Kirby Raimundo, pati na rin si John Wilson. Balik sa seg, itong sina Rudy Hatfield and Willie Wilson. Ang gusto ni coach shot na itong dalawang energy guys na nagsasabay as Miller misses.
Well, that's actually a good read on the defense by Willie Miller. Just a poor finish on his part.
Just over 5 minutes remaining sa ating first half. Kagiwa is is fouled by Weinstein.
Mark Kagiwa trying to turn things around. He had a sloppy first quarter in terms of getting the ball in the hoop. Only 1 out of 8, I believe, in that first quarter. But ito, pagbalik niya, wanting to be aggressive, trying to bring it a little bit closer and get his 2 points from there.
Third personal foul dito kay Sean Weinstein. And at this point, punta muna tayo kay Nico with this report about Dylan Ababu.
Magu, Jason, kausap ko si Dylan Ababu kanina. Tinanong ko sa kanya kung meron ba siyang gustong patunayan ngayon kalaban nitong team na nag-trade sa kanya. Sabi niya, wala naman dahil confident siya sa kung ano ang kaya niyang ipakita dito sa liga. Kung meron mang espesyal sa larong ito, sabi niya makakasama niya ulit sa court kahit nakalaban na ang dating paborito niyang teammate na si Willie Miller. Magu, Jason?
Si Willie pa pala. Naging paborito niya ito ni Dylan Ababu.
Paboritong teammate. Ano naman kaya naging paboritong teammate?
Masayang kasama.
Masayang kasama.
Siyempre, ang galing pa.
Saka, nilibre pa ata. Ay, hindi. Si ano pala nang libre sa amin. Si Dorian pala na nag-guest sila sa Active Center.
Si Dorian pa nag-blow out?
Dorian pa nag-blow out.
Ang bira naman, oh. Ikaw talaga, merong rubber band yung wallet mo.
Nagpakain na kami, pero lakas sila kumain.
As Mark Kagiwa scores his 6th point of this game, 11 na ang abante ng Barangay Ginebra, 40-29.
Officials timeout.
Kakaroon muna tayo ng officials timeout. As
Rodney White is upset. It looks like he's bleeding and he's saying, ano nakita mo ang dumudugo tapos walang foul.
Yun, dumudugo ang ilong neto ni Rodney White.
We really didn't catch where it happened, Magu, but one thing's for sure, natamaan ito. Si Rodney White was very upset about it. That's galing sa ilong, no?
So itong si Rodney White, definitely. Ito, silipin natin. Nahuli ni Direk Julius Melo. Ito sa
pag-angat pa lang.
Nag-outbreak siya. Siya tinamaan. We swing back to live action. Danny Siegel nagpaparamdam na kontra sa Barangay Ginebra. Meron siyang 6 na puntos.
They're looking for help from guys habang wala si Rodney White on the floor. Danny Siegel, one of the players na maganda pinapakita sa araw na to.
Danny Siegel playing only his 5th game of this Commissioner's Cup. Injured siya nung nagsimula tayo sa torneong ito as Willie Wilson loses it. Gustong tumakbo ni Willie Miller. Kaso pasa niya masyadong ahead kay Dynamite Danny.
A miscommunication there. Danny was actually sprinting. When he saw that the angle was closing out, hindi na siya nag-sprint doon. Dalakala na, hindi na ipapasa sa kanya.
14-31. Barangay Ginebra still sitting on a 9-point lead. Wala na pong 4 na minuto bago tayo bumalik sa Active Center with Nico, Coach Ronnie, and Yoyo Martires, our special guest. Iwa, hindi makuha yung ikawalo niyang puntos. Aliado dives for that rebound. Naiwan si Tubit, nagtatali ng sapatos. It's 4-on-5. Barako on the attack there, looking for Siegel. Miller sees a crack in the defense. Kicks it back out. Weinstein! Everything but the shot on that move. Kagiwa to Hatfield. Taps it over to Enrico. Willie Wilson. Baby yung follow-up nito. Pero itong si Enrico Villanueva not giving up. Naipit nga lang si Ababu sa pagkakataong yun. Wild and woolly action, Jason.
Lots of action. No points to show for it.
Mas nakakapagod ba yung ganun na ang dami nyo nang ginawa, wala pa rin nadagdag?
Importante doon at the end of it all, nasa iyo yung bola dahil at least makakapahinga ka na nasa iyo yung bola.
As we hear another foul.
That's foul number 14, Enrico Villanueva.
Enrico Villanueva charged for his first personal. Timeout muna para sa Barangay Ginebra. Abante sila ng siyam with 2:40 remaining in this first half.
Ito ang laban ng mga uhaw sa tagumpay.
At sa puntong ito, atin munang ipaalala na coming this July, the greatest show on earth, the London 2012 Olympic Games, ay mapapanood na dito lang sa Active. Stay tuned to Active for more announcements Olympics dito sa atin as we take a look at our beautiful Sunday crowd. May magandang lalaki pa sa gitna.
Well, speaking of Olympians, we actually have one there and also one in the studio.
Former Senator Freddy Webb, dating kakampi ni Idol Yoyo Martirez, ni Vice Yoyo.
For Dylan Abajo. 2 shots for Danny Siegel.
Dynamite Danny Siegel nasa ating free throw line. Ako, nabitin yung unang tira. Siegel splits it. Binaba niya sa balong. Kailangan habulin dito ng Barako. Ginebra on the attack. Hatfield picked up his dribble. Roman from the outside. 6 to work with para si Jen Kings. Roman off the dribble against Aliado. Fading away.
Ganda ng kumpiyansa para dito kay Jackson Roman. It's an excellent bounce back game from the dismal free throw shooting game that he had in the last game. Kasi kung titignan mo naman yung huling laro na yan, if not for the free throws, ang ganda ng nilaro nito si Jackson Roman.
Dalawang free throw front net pa lang si Roman. Sa gabing ito as Aliado buries it from the baseline. First 2 points para kay Don Carlos. Labagala now on the floor para dito si Jen Kings. You missed Nico's report earlier. JJ Aldebrand not expected to see any floor time tonight. That's isang hamstring injury as Wilson is clobbered on the way to the hole. Aba, iniinda pa niya ang kanyang kanang kamay.
That's just a well-run play on the part of Barangay Ginebra. Willie Wilson, they're able to use that screen to get free, and he's been a big positive para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. His rebounding, which has been there, and also his presence underneath.
Nahorda kapapasok lamang with his first personal foul. Bitin yung unang free throw ni Wilson. Second free throw is good para kay Willie. He's got 5 points in total. Balik sa siya mga bante ng Jen Kings, 43-34. Weinstein, who started this game para kay Coach Junel Baculi, gets it over to Ronald Dubin. Dinamita kontra Hatfield. Ilang taon na nating sinusubaybayan ang matchup na yan.
That's definitely an explosive matchup right there.
Aliado, nice up fake on Roman. Huli nga lang ni Binisi. Kasi meron ding foul. Or ni Hatfield rather. Second personal foul niya para dito kay H-Ball.
Look at this game and the way that Barako is playing. You're thinking na siguro laki na ng lamang ng kalaban nila, but they have stayed close despite it having seemingly a very anemic offense so far today.
Walo na nga lang ang inahabol nila dito. Aliado takes the second and makes 4 points in the game para kay Don Carlos. 43 para sa Ginebra, 36 para sa Barako. May isang minuto natin tira sa ating first half. Labagala picked up his dribble, gets it over to Kagiwa. 8 to work with para dito sa Jen Kings.
Good pressure defense on the part of Barako Bola to this point.
Roman, 2 to shoot. Is he aware? He was not informed. Ito si Jackson Roman.
No one talking there, but it all started by good ball pressure on Rob Labagala nung tinawid niya yung bola. Pagkatapos ang gandang deny. Naubos yung oras para sa Barangay Ginebra.
So with less than a minute remaining sa ating first half, may pagkakataon ng Barako makalapit dito. They go back to Dynamite Danny. Hatfield watching him. Siegel fading away off the turnaround. Dynamite Danny makes him pay.
Looks like that's going to be a delay of game. But Danny Siegel playing with a lot of confidence. Dun sa pagbabantay sa kanya ni Rudy Hatfield.
30-second timeout Barangay Ginebra.
Ito si Coach Shot Duncanson. Gustong pag-usapan na itong susunod nilang opensiba with only 39 seconds remaining sa ating second quarter. Nagbibigay ito ng pagkakataon sa atin na paalala na para sa mas marami pang information, updates, pictures, chismis at pakulo tungkol sa iba't ibang sports. Kasama na syempre ang inyong PBA. Mag-log on lang sa www.interactive.ph. Tandaan natin in 39 basketball seconds, as we take a look at the reserves nitong Barako Bull Energy, Salvacion nando doon, pati si Big Mac Andaya. In 39 basketball seconds, atin na namang makakasama sina Miko Halili, Coach Ronnie Magzano, pati na rin ang ating idol na si Yoyong Martires, a legend here in the PBA, sa Active Center. Padala nyo na ang inyong mga tanong sa ating Twitter. PBA on Active ang hanapin nyo, pati na rin sa Facebook, yun din yung fanpage PBA on Active.
One of the guys na hinahanapan dito ng laro ng Barako Bull has to be Ronald Tubit. Still scoreless so far and really lacking that aggressiveness. I was thinking that baka si Ronald Tubit sa araw na to, dito siya puputok dahil gusto niya pakitaan ang dati niyang koponan. Has not been the case.
Broman could not clean it up the first try. Second attempt para kay Broman, inabot na ng foul. All the way from the outside nang galing si Broman for the offensive rebound.
You know, itong Barangay Ginebra, they have to use their size here. You look at this second quarter, napakaliit na oras ang nilaro ng import ng Barako Bull. Kahit na nangyari yan, hindi pa rin nakalayo itong Barangay Ginebra.
Fresh na fresh malamang itong si Rodney White come the second half. And speaking of Rodney White, he will come in for the final 15.7 ng ating second quarter.
What I really want to find out is if it's a record in terms of number of consecutive misses, because I believe right now you put in this 3 right here, maybe about another 8 earlier. Pati yun, natigil na yung consecutive misses na yun, kaya hindi na natin pag-uusapan.
Challenge mo pa si the PBOlogist, nagsasaliksik na bigla no? Ating kasama si Fidel Magalong III. As 30-second timeout is requested by Coach Jonel Baculi, 6 lang ang kanilang inahabol dito, pwede pa lumapit bago tayo mag-break.
Well, like I said, so far, Barangay Ginebra has been the better team in this first quarter. But even though they've been the better team, Barako Bull, which seemed to struggle at points, hindi sila pinalayo dito because mainly they played very good defense. And for Barangay Ginebra, they didn't take advantage of those moments na nawala yung import ng Barako Bull.
Tubid ang maglalabas ng bola, sasalubungin ni John Wilson. 2 fouls to give, meron ng Barangay Ginebra.
That's why they gotta go early. You gotta go early because Barangay Ginebra is gonna give up that foul eventually.
Rodney White.
Right there.
Ayan, binigyan ng foul ni Enrique Villanueva with 2.7 remaining.
You gotta realize that. You go into the timeout, you gotta realize kung ilan pa ang foul na ibibigay ng kalaban. Seemed Barako Bull unaware of that. So right now, it becomes a problem for them to set this up dahil lumiit ang oras sa shot clock.
La Horda. Oh! Was that a 3-point attempt?
Yes, that's a 3-point attempt. That's a good call. He was on his way out, up for that 3-point shot. Willie Wilson, a step late. They're a step late in this league. Usually, you give away points to your opponent.
Ito si La Horda, great presence of mind to immediately go for the shot. May pagkakataon siyang ibaba sa 3 ang inahabol nila with only 1.5 remaining sa ating second quarter. Take a look at that last sequence. Yeah, no? La Horda looking for the desperation heave. Naipasok niya 2 sa 3 free throw niya. La Horda goes 3 for 3. It is down to a 3-point ball game. Enrico nahuli pa ni Danny Siegel. At natawa si Enrico doon dahil sapul na sapul yung pasa niya. Kirby with a Hail Mary. Will not work para sa Ginebra. 44-41. Bumagal ng bagya ang ating second quarter, but there were still more points scored here than in the first quarter. Barangay Ginebra will sit on a 3-point lead.
Yes, and it became a game of runs in that second quarter. Started off with a good run para sa Barangay Ginebra. Barako Bull eventually closing it out pretty well. At least na lumayo.
At itong Barangay Ginebra nga, lumamang ng hanggang 11 puntos in that second quarter. Isa sa mga major na tumulong ang ating bisita here at the si Dylan Ababu. Dylan, ang ganda ng pinakikita mo kontra sa former team mo. Perfect shooting from the field, already for 7 points para sa'yo. Meron bang extra motivation? Ayaw mo daw aminin kanina kay Nico eh.
Must win talaga kami ngayong game na to. Yun nga, ready to shoot lang ako. Nandito sa 3 points o sa perimeter, hindi ako mag-hesitate. Tumira. Ayun, saka yun nga, bottom line, must win talaga kami ngayon.
Pero Dylan, anong pakiramdam na nakikita mo yung uniforme na sinuot mo pagpasok mo ng liga, ngayon kalaban mo na ngayon?
Medyo mabilis yung mga pangyayari. Isang conference ako sa Barako, tapos nalipat sa Ginebra. Medyo naisip ko rin na, yun nga, nung nakaraan, nandyan lang ako. Pero yun nga, advantage sa akin eh. Medyo alam ko na rin yung system ng Barako Bull eh. Medyo madali sa akin para tingnan yung tendencies ng bawat players.
Very quickly, bakit paborito mong teammate si Willie Miller sinabi kanina?
Kasi sobrang lagi ako nagpapaturo kay Willie ng mga, kasi syempre two-time MVP yan, isa sa mga best in the history of Philippine basketball. Lagi ako nagpapaturo ng move sa kanya. Tapos pag may mga out of town kami, mga team building, lagi siya yung ka-roommate ko. Kasi lagi niya akong tinuturuan pag may mali ako.
Pati kaya kalokohan, tinuturo ni Willie.
Oo.
Maraming salamat sa iyong oras, Dylan, at good luck sa second half. That'll do it for the first half dito sa loob ng Smart Araneta. 44-41 ang ating score. Do stand by dahil ang active center parating na kasama si Amigo, Coach Ronnie, and our special guest, Yoyong Martin.
Kung dati
para sa playoffs. Narito ang top 5 plays this week. Ikalima, dakdang ka na para kay Rainerside Import, Duke Cruz.
Because he would have much preferred good ball movement. Ito na naman, dakdak. Galing kay Duke Cruz.
The same spot, right?
Yep.
Ngayon, one-hander naman, slammed it right through.
Stay away because he's coming through.
Ika-apat, magpintis man si Dillinger. Nandiyan naman si Donald Harvey para mag-putback slam.
Jared on the run, crossover. Donald Harvey is there to clean it up.
Just a beautiful move on the part of Jared, but a better stop on the part of Harvey.
Pumapangatlo naman si Jeff Jackie Jan na magse-set up kay Gabe Norwood ng isang high-flying Kung Fu dunk.
So ito ang Rainerside kung palaki ng lamang nila. Oh yes! They go to Norwood! High in the sky, play out of nowhere, partner. Took us all by surprise. Coming in from the outside, Gabe Norwood slamming it home.
Pumapangalawa naman si H-Bomb sa kanyang ama ng mga alahoy na no-look super pectus and one shot.
Roman, pinukol, papunta kay Hatfield. Hatfield gets the basket! What a shot from the H-Bomb!
First of all, Jackson Roman going for a touchdown. This is a Hail Mary answer.
Full of grace para dito kay Rudy Hatfield.
At ang nanguna, ang The Moves na kumalat sa buong mundo. Ang walang katulad na The Flop, starring Nick Pinisi.
When you look at the turnovers forced today,
Nakatala, stopping ka ng bola doon. Nagkatama sa braso. Uy, delayed reaction.
And the people here in the Coliseum, napanood nila yung replay. Pati sila eh.
May
Tuwa-tuwa yung mga tao eh.
Kung may adrenaline rush ka, hindi mo masyadong napapansin yung mga sakit eh.
Ay, tumama pala! Tumama!
Even Vic Vinicius is now laughing at himself.
Si Vic Pinisi yan, tumingin eh. Tuwan-tuwa siya sa sarili niya eh.
Mababagsik, makukulay, at kakaiba. Ganyan talaga ang PBA players dito sa ating top 5 plays ngayong linggo.
Kontra dito sa Barako Bull Energy in a game na kung sino mananalo, sigurado nang lulusot into the next round of competition. Diretso na tayo into the highlights simula nung quarter number 1 at dyan sa first quarter. Aba, may mga nagpabida para sa magkabilang kupunan. Early on, tied at 2. Etong si Jackson Roman, pinakita, meron siyang range.
Good start for them. Itong Barako Ball playing in that zone. So kinailangan ng mga players ng Barangay Ginebra makatira sa labas. Jackson Roman, good start shooting from the outside.
Pero etong sa kabila naman, si Rodney White scored a dozen points right in the first 12 minutes of action. Ito, turn around off the glass pa. Napakahirap na tira. Etong Barangay Ginebra, still leading by 5 at this point. Goes back to Jackson Roman. Si Roman naka 8 puntos. Tablang ating labanan. Perfect vision 2020.
Yes, White with 8 points. Mark Gagio was actually 1 out of 8. And then, tino mo, si Mike Cortez, very quiet. He had 5 assists, which actually matched the entire team ng Barako Bull nung first quarter yun. One thing that Barako Bull did, they were actually down in that first quarter by a lot. Nakahabol na lang sila with a 9-2 run to end the first quarter.
Silipin naman natin ang mga nangyari nung second quarter of action. Aba, si Dylan Ababu nagpasiklab sa quarter na ito. As we see that beautiful spin coming from Dylan on the run. He had 7 points on a perfect 3-for-3 shooting in that second quarter.
And he was the main guy dun sa unang bulusok ng Barako Bull, or rather ng Barangay Ginebra nung second quarter na yun. That's why they were able to get that early lead. But Danny Siegel, quite solid himself dun sa quarter na yun.
Danny Siegel shot 4 of 6 from the field. He had 9 points in total sa ating first half.
And here's the summary of that second quarter. Ababu with 7. Siegel, mas marami pang ginawa with the 9 points of his. Pero yung fast breaks para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Imagine, 9-0. Ang daming mga layup na yan. Tapos nakakuha pa sila mas maraming rebound. That's why they outscored Barako Bull by 3 points in that second quarter.
And in total, 11-0 fast break scoring late in that second quarter. Wala namang nadagdag ang Barako sa pagkakataong yan. So they have to get out on the run here in the second half, Jason.
Well, that's not really their game. It's okay if you don't get those fast break points, but you got to make sure that you don't give it away. That's one thing that they have to control.
Mike Cortez getting the starting nod para sa Ginebra dito sa ating third quarter. Kasama sina Willie Wilson, Rudy Hatfield, Jackson Broman, and Mark the Spark Kagiwa. Para naman dito sa Barako Bull, we see Willie Miller, paring Winnie Arboleda, Dorian Peña, Leo Nahorda, and Rodney White. So Arboleda and Nahorda inserted now by Coach Janelle Baculi, looking for any spark off his bench. White stops on a dime. Bitin yung kanyang munang tira. Broman over to Hatfield. 2-on-1. Wilson and Hatfield on the run. DH bomb. Wala. Wilson wala pa rin on the follow. Gusto tumakbo ng Barako sa kabilang dulo. Bilis din ang naging depensa dito ng Barangay Ginebra as Hatfield runs out of real estate dito sa gilid. Aba, napaapir pa doon sa nadaganan niya.
Hindi alam nang gagawin nung tinaganan ni Rudy ko. Hindi naman siya makailag.
Kahit apiran mo ko, masakit pa rin yun. Si Hatfield yung bumagsak sa'yo. Nahorda may tanga ng bola. 44-41, wala pa nakakabutas dito sa ating third quarter. 40 seconds having gone by. Nice defense on the part of Hatfield. Gets it over to Cortez, 3-on-2. Kagiwa! Naku! Sobra. Cortez right there to pick it up.
Different quarter, same problem para sa Barako Bull. Twice that they've dodged the bullet. Dun sa mga fast break attempts na yun ng Barangay Ginebra.
And finally,
they cannot dodge.
Finally, Mark the Spark Kagiwa buries a 3 as we send it over to Nico Ramos with this report.
Salamat Magu Jason. Binanggit mo nga, ito yung kinakainisan ni Coach Janelle Baculi in that first half. Ang fast break points nitong Ginebra, sabi niya, sluggish ang umpisa namin in that first quarter. Pero we clawed our way back into this game dahil sa depensa nung tail end of that second quarter. Yun ang hinahanap niyang ipagpatuloy ng kanyang kupunan dito sa second half. Si Willie Miller naman hindi rin natuwa. Sabi niya, 2 words, yun lang ang kailangan niyang gawin in the second half. Sabi niya, wag mag-error.
What a play para sa Barangay Ginebra. Mike Cortez with a sweet behind the back. Papunta kay Broman for the two-handed jam.
And what a report, because sabi nga ni Willie Miller, ang gusto nilang gawin, wag mag-error. Ito, nag-error sila. Ano nangyari? 2 points para kay Jackson Broman.
No choice si Coach Janelle Baculi but to sue for time. 49-41. Ganun-ganun lang. 8 na naman ang abante ng Ginebra.
Nakakahumaling sa ganda. Nakakabaliw sa kaseksihan. Siya si Kiana. Aalugin ang mundo mo. Sa Aalog-Alog. Bro, ang lakas ng dating mo.
Sa harap ng kulang-kulang 14,000 paying fans sa loob ngayon ng Smart Araneta Coliseum, etong si Rudy Hatfield, aba, nagpapakitang gilas na naman, nagpapasabog on the defensive end. Hindi na halos makarating ang bola kay Rodney White.
Well, you know, right now the guards of Barako will have to do a better job of getting the ball to him.
White, ayun, lumabas na all the way beyond the 3-point line. Next switch pa kasi niya, eto si Broman. They go down low. Peña Puts it up, no good. Roman clears it para sa Barangay Ginebra. Pang-10 rebound niya para dito kay Jackson. He's now got a double-double. Kagiwa into the lane, gets the basket.
The one thing with Mark Kagiwa, yes, nagmintis siya nung umpisa, but he is a scorer. Kahit na nagmimintis yan, hahanap pa rin ng pagkakataon para makakuha ng puntos. Struggled in the first quarter, but since then has had 9 points.
Palain mo, napakapit pa niya yung Pectus nun, ano? Kahit medyo mataas tumama sa board. Tubid kontra Kagiwa. Sinalubong ni Broman. Tubid will dribble out of trouble. Naubusan ng dribble at si Tubid. Naubusan din sila ng 24.
Again, for Ronald Tubid, it's just not there. Hinahanap sa kanya yung angas mula doon sa small from shooting guard position. And still scoreless today is Ronald Tubid. And turnovers starting to become a problem para dito sa Barako bola. Dami nilang tinatapon na bola sa quarter na to.
Hatfield to Broman at the block. Broman facing up against Peña. Rodney White with a hand on it. Siya na rin ang kumuha ng tuluyan na rebound.
Wouldn't be surprised if he takes this all the way and tries to get 2 points here because they need 2 points. Lumobo na ang kalamangan sa 10 dito.
Pero parang nabuisit kay Hatfield sa pagkakataong yun. Ito si Rodney White. Tubid with 8 to work with. The Fearless gets it over to Rodney for a 3. White could not hit. Roman nagre-reklamo na naman sa kiskisa nila ni Peña. Tumatakbo na ang Barangay Ginebra. Kagiwa being given space by Wilson. Kagiwa with a circus attempt. Tutungo siya sa ating free throw line for 2.
Quite entertaining. Ito mga tira. Mark Kagiwa, hindi lang kumapit doon yung Pectus. Right now, it is quite evident sino ang may gusto nung panalo na to Barangay Ginebra. It seems that they have more energy to start this third quarter. Barako Bull coming out very sluggish here in the third.
Ang tanong ko naman sa iyo, gusto mo ba yung gupit grade 2 neto ni Mark the Spark Kagiwang ini-sport on this PBA Super Sunday? Type?
First of all, di ko alam kung ano yung gupit grade 2 eh. Yan ba tawag dyan? Gupit grade 2?
Ano, yung malinis, looking good.
Hindi kailangan ano yan, pag sinek mo, hindi tumatama doon sa kwelyo.
Oo, tsaka yung sa kilay, pag kahit hatakin mo yung box, hindi pa pwede. 52-41, Barangay Ginebra, merong 11 puntos sa kalamangan, tying their biggest lead mula nung first half. Rodney with 2 to shoot. White in trouble. Nawalan pa ng bola.
Everything emanating mula sa depensa ng Barangay Ginebra. They're really forcing itong Barako Bull to just stand around. This time they cause almost a turnover there, but they're just standing around itong Barako Bull at walang gumagalaw sa opensa.
Roman trips. And Dorian Peña has whistled for his 4th personal foul.
Number 4, Dorian Peña, his 4th second team foul of the energy.
Hatfield with the inbound. Pagkakataon ng Ginebra mag-erect ng brand new biggest lead of the game. Roman against Peña looking for foul number 5 at ayun na nga, nakuha na niya.
Actually, Roman and Peña nag-uusap bago umatake. Ito si Jackson Roman up to the challenge na binigay sa kanya ni Dorian Peña.
Ang problema dito, no, kung ikaw naman si Jackson Roman, sige, nakuha mo yung panlima ni Peña, mapapaupo siya. Dahil foul trouble na. Si Pinisi papasok. Hindi ka pa rin nakahinga ng maluwag, eh, no? Let's see if Ginebra goes to that next. Si Cortez ang didiskarte rito. Cortez back to Broman. Aiming for a long 2. Jackson Broman gets it.
Actually, looking at the bench of Barako Bull pagkatapos nun. So yung outside shooting ni Jackson Broman sa araw na to, looking good.
13 na ang abante ng Gin Kings behind this 10-0 run. Napako ang Barako sa 41. Hindi pa umi-score yan dito sa ating third quarter of action. Hindi rin makabutas doon.
Right now, it's just very easy to play defense if you're Barangay Ginebra. Why? Because when the ball goes to Rodney White, every other player para sa Barako Bull just standing around. So everyone's able to help quite easily.
Cortez looking to get rid of Arboleda. They go to Broman on the run. Na-recover pa ni Broman in mid-rim bola. Inabot na siya ng foul. Lorda whistle for that personal.
Free throws for Jackson Roman.
Roman missing.
And it's amazing. It's actually Rudy Hatfield giving tips to Jackson Roman.
Mas maganda naman yung percentage neto ni Rudy kumpara doon sa 32.7% ni Jackson Roman. He cans the second. Pangalawang free throw make na niya. Lampas na kesa doon sa laban sa Togetex. 55-41. 14 ang abante ng Gin Kings. 11-0 run para sa kanila. Arboleda looking for their first basket of the third. Wala pa rin. And here comes Barangay Ginebra. Cortez down low. Hatfield. Nakita pa si Wilson. Huli from behind the Dynamite Danny Siegel. Rodney White spinning away from Roman. Rodney White looking to go all the way. Huli! Si Jackson Roman and Mark Kagiwa clears it. It's a 2-on-1. Nice dribbling exhibition, Kagiwa. Nice cleanup job by Cortez.
Right now, Mark Kagiwa is having fun. Hindi niya nakuha yung 2 points na yun, but you can see he's enjoying himself on the court. Bakit naman hindi? Eh sa puntong ito, it's actually a 14-point lead.
At hindi counted yung tira neto ni Cortez. Dahil tignan mo itong dribble ni Kagiwa. Kala mo behind the back pass, kanya pa rin pala. Napunta siya ng foul dun sa attempt. And for more on Mark the Spark Kagiwa, balik tayo kay Nico.
Always like to change up my hair. It gives me something new to be excited about. At para naman sa kanyang laro, after all these years, sabi niya kahit na yung mga kasabayan niyang sina JJ Helterbrand, Rudy Hatfield na chichismis ng mag-retire, sabi niya ako, I never think of retiring. Magu, Jason?
Talagang parang si Jason Webb, never thinking of retiring. Just not playing. Oy, 3-pointer galing kay Rodney White. Finally, nakabutas na ang Barako dito sa third. Almost at the 6-minute mark na naipasok yun.
Wow, that's a long break or scoring lull para dito sa Barako. If you don't score and you don't defend, that is a bad mix. Kaya naman lumobo ang kalamangan ng Barangay Ginebra.
Dito si Mike Cortez kanina quietly nagka-5 assists. Ito 11 puntos na pala ang nagiging total nito after that basket. 15 ang abante ng Gin Kings. Siegel is fouled by Hatfield.
Right now, itong Barako, they're not looking for offense. They bring back Danny Siegel, who was very efficient in the second quarter. They also bring back Willie Miller, who struggled at the start of this third, but they're hoping na pagbalik niya dito, mas maganda na ipapakita niya because points ang hinahanap nila ngayon.
White misses do sa rebound play. Ito si Cortez, nahuling nakakapit sa salawal nito ni Willie Miller.
Number 11, Mike Cortez. Second team foul on the Kings.
Second team foul para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Una pa lang para kay Cortez. Miller is joined by Siegel, Benici, White, and Dubit on the floor. Siegel attacking Wilson. Dynamite Danny now with 11 points.
And he's feeling it. Every time he has the basketball, he's attacking, he's looking for a shot.
1 point away from his Commissioner's Cup high. 12 pa lang ang tournament high neto ni Siegel. We all know, capable siya. Mas malaki pa doon. Cortez, over to Kagiwa, puts it on the floor against Siegel. Kagiwa na ipit, nilabas kay Cortez for a 3. Hatfield, at the right place at the right time. Gandang stick back naman on.
When you look at that play, that's the epitome of what has happened here in this quarter. Etong Barako ball is being outplayed by Barangay Ginebra on the energy side.
At ito si Mick Pinisi, sumobra naman ang energy sa kare-reklamo. Na-technical foul ba siya sa kare-reklamo? A non-call on the other side.
Technical free throw from Mike Cortez.
So Cortez ang kukuha ng technical free throw. Takes care of business on that end. 12 puntos para sa kanya.
Substitutions on Aliado for Mick Pinisi.
Mick Pinisi very upset at what happened there. Saying that hinahawakan daw yung mukha niya.
Don Aliado ipinasok na muna ni Coach Junel Baculi. Miller may tangan ng bola. Bakbakan sa pwestuhan. Aliado had to stretch for it. Wilson all over him. Don Carlos tutulong pa si Broman. He dribbles away. No good. Wilson with the rebound. Kagiwa on the attack. Pampitong rebound na yan para dito kay Willie Wilson. Don Aliado caught kicking that leather. Yung mukha ni Don Aliado, all intensity at this point. He wants to be part of the wake-up group. He wants to inject some shock into their team. Roman from the outside. Jumps it over. Cortez mula sa kanto, sa kaliwa. Pitin nga lang yung 3-point attempt. Sigo with the rebound. Si Rodney White na nagtatawid dito ng bola. He picks up the 4th personal foul kontra dito kay Rudy Hatfield.
Substitution in the bubble for William Wilson.
Ababu nagbalik para dito kay Wilson.
Right now, it seems Barangay Ginebra is going to be playing some zone defense because Rudy Hatfield has 4 fouls. Can't afford him to play one-on-one defense on Rodney White.
Pull-up jumper, Willie Miller, no go. Roman with another rebound. Cortez wants to push it up. Mike, nakita pa si Kagiwa. Rudy Hatfield once again clears it. Second serving para dito sa Gin Kings. Kagiwa lines up a 3. Doesn't work. Rudy Hatfield once again, ikatlong tagay, pumasok na.
Right now, you look at this game. Ano mga tira ng Barangay Ginebra? Libre. Pagkatapos ng libreng tira, hindi pa nakukuha ng rebound ng Barako Bulls. So you can see, ang layo ng energy level and Barangay Ginebra taking full advantage of it.
Ronald Tubid gets 3 of those points right back. Hindi nagustuhan ni Coach Shot yung rotation nila sa depensa, kaya nalibre si Tubid doon. 64-49. Kids pa rin ang abante rito ng Gin Kings with over 3 minutes remaining in the third. Magbabalik po kami.
Naghahanap ng tips para sa agribusiness, livelihood programs, gabay sa kabuhayan? Sampahan natin si Ka Jerry sa pagtuklas ng mga makabagong paraan para ang bawat isa ay makapagtayo ng negosyo. Mamuhunan sa inyong sariling talento at talino sa negosyo sa tulong ni Ka Jerry.
Ito po naman ang inyong lingkod, Ka Jerry Geronimo, sa ating palatuntunan, ating alamin.
Back for more of your PBA Super Sunday, live na live mula dito sa loob ng Smart Araneta Coliseum. Siyempre, dito lang yan sa active. And part of this near 14,000 paying crowd is our PNP Chief Nicanor Bartolome. Magandang gabi sa inyo, sir. So, everybody is having fun on this beautiful Sunday for basketball. 64-49, Barangay Ginebra in total control dito sa ating third quarter. Hari ng takilya. Aba, nagsimula yan, Lucena, tapos napuntang Qatar. O sa Dubai rather. Lucena, tapos bigla akong bumiyahe mag-isa. Lucena, Dubai, Antipolo, tapos ikatlong sunod na Sunday dito sa Araneta. Talaga namang hari ng takilya. Etong Barangay Ginebra, every time they take the floor, magalamay ng barangay in full force magpakita ng suporta. Nice spin by Siegel. Hindi nga lang umubra yung kanyang tira. John Wilson gets it over to Kagiwa. The spark kontra Miller. Back to John.
It's a portion of the game where Barangay Ginebra really misses J.J. Helterbrand. Forced to sit is Mike Cortez dahil hindi naman pwede buong araw siya maglalaro, pero Mark Kagiwa playing that point guard position, he does not care dahil eto na, kung kanina nagbimintis ako, ngayon ayoko na magmintis.
Mark Kagiwa with another escape act sa pagkakataong yun. 3-point play opportunity pa parating para sa kanya with 2:37 remaining in the third. Mintis nga lang yung bonus, so hindi niya mabalik sa biggest lead of the game, which was 18. 17 sa ngayon, 16 naman ang total points ni Kagiwa. Nahorda to Sigo. Nabitawan. Here comes Ababu. Naku, na-dribble sa kanyang tuhod. Nahorda will push it the other way. Leo looking for Rodney White, anticipated by the Gin Kings. Sila naman ang tatakbo sa kabilang dulo. Raimundo on the run, leans in, wala pa rin. Raimundo, one dribble pull-up, gets the basket.
And he's been bleeding for those 2 points. Did not start this game played very little nung ating second quarter. Finally gets his points right here. You know this is a guy that wants to play well para sa Barangay Ginebra.
At pinanik niya sa 19 ang abante rito ng Gin Kings. With a minute and 40 remaining in the third, Barako looking to wake up. Wawalong puntos pa lang ang naiaambag nila, natatagdag sa kanilang total. Gawin mo 11 with that three-pointer. 44-41 natapos ang ating first half, lamang ng tatlo kanina, Ginebra.
Well, you know, yes, they scored 11, but the problem is that their defense is really para sa Barako Bull. Yung depensa nila ang mas nagiging cause of concern dito. Because even if you score 11, as long as you keep your other team under 20, hindi naman lalayo yan eh.
Roman against Aliado. The Don all over him. Whistled for reaching in. Kanina pa nasa penalty itong Barako Bull. So 2 shots bibigay kay Jackson Roman.
2 foul shots for Jackson Roman.
So far 2 for 6 from that 15-foot line. Lakas ng sigaw na nasa likod natin. O yun!
Parang dunk eh. Kala mo may dumunk dito eh.
3 of 7 at this point. He's got a chance to get to 50%. Pati yung bench na Ginebra na napapangiti. Ulitin yung pangalawa. Pero sinasabi naman nila, di ba? Sa ensayo, ang galing daw mag-free throw. Nag-iiba lang pagpasok dito sa game venue.
There's a difference between shooting in an empty gym and also shooting in a gym that has 14, 15,000 people in it.
Siguro dapat ensayuin nila. Asarin. Hindi, wala rin naman nakaasar dahil sa Ginebra naglalaro ito eh.
At saka paano ka maglalagay ng 14,000 na tao sa loob ng gym?
Mahirap nga naman yun. Seagull loses it. Tumama pa sa kanya bago lumabas ang bola. And he gives the referee an earful. A technical foul is whistled on Dinamita. So kanina si Pinisi, ngayon si Dynamite Danny. Barako Bull definitely frustrated dito sa ating PBA Super Center.
They're first frustrated because ang dami ng turnovers. This will be turnover number 6.
Mark Kagiwa will toe the line for the technical free throw. Stubid checks in for Danny Seagull na patuloy nakikipagkwentuhan sa ating referee. Stubid pala sa backcourt, ayaw nang pasaluin ng bola. Ito si Kagiwa, si Ababo na nagtawid ng bola.
That's exactly what they can do. Itong Barako Bull. Not allow the point guard to touch the basketball, which is Mark Kagiwa right now, because both Dylan Ababu as well as John Wilson, hindi masyadong sanay magbaba ng bola yan.
Mark Kagiwa has added yung kanyang point guard skills to his arsenal a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Technical foul on number 4, Jackson Roman.
Not technical foul pa dito si Jackson Roman.
Technical free
For
throw.
disrespecting the official. Humingi siya ng foul doon sa huling play na yun kung saan di niya nasalo yung bola.
But at least it's going both ways right now. Both teams, both players, this is Jackson Roman. What he's asking for right now is that he's booked by White right there. Yun ang sinasabi niya. And then after complaint there, and that's enough to earn you a technical.
Paanghang yung mga binitawang salita doon ni Jackson Roman as Miller pulls up. He scores 3 points in succession after that technical free throw and a basket, 5 points in total. Ito na ba ang paggising ni Thriller Miller?
And for Barako Bull fans, yan ang inaasahan nila, and that's what they're hoping for.
Mabasa 15 ang abante ng Gin Kings, but they have possession here. May mga 4 na segundong diferensya ang shot clock at quarter clock. Raimundo on the run. Kirby couldn't hit. Miller for the rebound. The Thriller gets it over to Rodney White. 5 to shoot. Rodney White, nagambala pa ni Kagiwa. 2 to shoot. Rodney finding a way. Hindi nga lang pumasok ang kanyang tira. So it's 70-55. Barangay Ginebra sitting on a 15-point lead. Courtesy of this explosion by Mark the Spark Kagiwa. 36 minutes of action done. 12 segundo pa ang 12 minuto pa ang natitira. Tignan natin kung magising na si Willie Miller o magpatuloy ba etong si Mark Kagiwa. Lahat yan ating matutunghayan sa aming pagbabalik.
yung anak mo, binarin ng pulis.
Kinumplain ko nga po. Sabi ko ganyan, kulang yung pera na ibigay sa akin.
Agad pinaligiran at siniguro ng mga operatiba na hindi na siya manlaban.
Pakita mo doon sa biktima mo kung paano mo siya niloko. Sige.
Ayan, ganyan.
Alright. Yun!
Ang bawat kriminal may pinaglalagyan.
Kita. Mga bro, preno na sa drama. Dahil nandito na ang Sons of the Beach.
Ate B!
Lahat ba ng check dito sa Buro-Bora? Gusto yung katawan mo.
Alam mo, Toy, it's the fix. Wala akong alam dyan sa mga
Kaya huminga na ng malalim dahil tiyak na mahihilo kayo sa katatawa. Bora, Sons of the Beach.
Final quarter of action. Mag-margin ko. Kasama natin si Jason Webb. 70-55. Barangay Ginebra sitting on a commanding 15-point lead. Kanila pang opening drive dito.
First 3 minutes is going to be critical here because when you look at this first 3 minutes, if any team goes on a run, let's say Ginebra makes it a run, biglang bolobo yan sa 20. Pagka Barako Bull naman, magkaroon ng magandang run, it goes to single digits.
Raimundo looking to carve some space against Tubit. Backfires on him. Rebound ni Horda. Kasama ni Raimundo si Kagiwa, Ababu, Villanueva, and John Wilson. Don Aliado scoring the first basket of this fourth quarter.
You know, this is going to be a technical foul because the point is what they're trying to do is players do not touch the basketball no matter what. Problem is sometimes palaglag na sa mukha mo, hindi mo na alam kung ano gagawin. And that's exactly what Don Aliado's saying. It's on the way down from his face. And you know, it also nawawala rin sometimes kasi it's an instinct, especially of big men. Na pag may shumut, they're always gonna get the basketball. And right there, Don Aliado just a victim of yung nakasanayan na.
And at this point, punta muna tayo kay Nico Ramos with this report about Kirby and Coach Shot.
Totoo yan, Maguin, Jason, in that huddle, kahit malaki sila ng lamang, itong si Coach Shot ng 15, naghahanap pa ng ibang players to involve. Naniniwala siya, sabi niya that Kirby Raimundo with his skill set provides mismatches kahit sino pa ang bumantay sa kanya. Kaya nga naman hahanapin siya ng mga kakampi niya dito sa fourth quarter, guys.
Yan, nakita natin kanina, pinuntahan siya kontra kay Ronald Tubit. Di lang naka-shoot itong si Kirby. This time around, he elects to give it up to Villanueva. 2 shots parating para kay Enrico.
As a team right now, itong Barangay Ginebra is the team that struggles most from the free throw line. That's no surprise dahil nga Jackson Broman has struggled, Enrico has struggled from the free throw line. The good thing about them is napakatindi nila pagdating sa rebounding.
Pinatunayan na naman yan ni Kirby Raimundo. Grabbing that offensive board. Kagiwa with 2 picks to choose from. Kagiwa looking to attack, 8 to work with. The spark, back to Kagiwa from Villanueva. What a play for Barangay Ginebra.
Nice pass on the part of Enrico Villanueva and nice read on the part of Mark Kagiwa.
20 puntos para kay Mark the Spark. Miller may tangan ng bola. Kasama niya sina Rodney White, Don Aliado, Ronald Tubit, and Leon Horda. Underneath Miller, sobrang kanyang tira. Sa rebound play, na last touch pa itong sina Horda.
That's the thing, they need more from Willie Miller. He's 2 out of 8 so far sa laban na to. This is a nice two-man game because just a pass to the wing, then back to the passer.
Kagiwa got Tubit off his feet para makawala sa pagkakataong yun. Let's see if they can do it again. Miller naman ang pantay ngayon ni Mark the Spark. Kagiwa spinning into trouble. 5 to shoot para sa Gin Kings. Enrico kontra Aliado. Enrico fading away. No good. Rebound White. Ika-siyam na rebound na yan para dito kay Rodney White. Ginagampala siya ng dalawa. Ababu and Kagiwa all over him. And that causes Barako Bull to turn it over.
Substitution Mike Cortez for Mark Kagiwa.
Mike Cortez pagpapahingayin muna dito si Mark the Spark. They are up by 16 big points. Diba, kulang-kulang 10 minuto na lang natitira para sa Barako makabalik dito. 14 to shoot for the Gin Kings. Enrico goes to Kirby. Eye in the sky. Play na kompleto.
Good read again. 2 passes of Enrico Villanueva sa quarter na to, giving points to his teammates.
Extended na yung nagiging rest dito ni Jackson Roman. Tanda natin, Barangay Ginebra, may laro pa to pagdating ng Miyerkules. Barako Bull, kahuli-huli ang outing na nila to sa Commissioner's Cup para sa elimination round.
Follow number 21, Kirby Mundo, is second first team foul on Barangay Ginebra. Don Aliano shooting 2.
Aliado nasa ating free throw line for 2 shots. After picking up a foul on Raimundo. Aliado now with 7 points. Don Carlos cuts this deficit to 16.
Kalakihan pa rin, reaching about the 3-minute mark, and you have to say, it's a good 3 minutes para sa Barangay Ginebra. Bakit? Hindi natapesan yung kalabangan nila. Actually, nadagdagan pa ng 1 point.
Yan yung binabanggit mo, napaka-critical ng first 3 minutes ng fourth quarter para sa Barako. As Aliado gives up a personal foul. Pangatlo na yan para kay Don Carlos.
Aliano is third, second team foul on the energy. Shot clock 14 seconds.
3 team fouls na ngayon para dito sa Barako Bull. Wala pa para sa Barangay Ginebra. Ababu on the move. Miller watching him. Ababu looking to post up. The rookie gets it over to the corner. Wilson attacking the lane. No good. Kirby Raimundo is there to clean it up.
Kirby getting his touches here in the second half. Had his first 2 points of third quarter. And after that, has allowed the game to come to him. That's why he's got 6 points.
The Horda baseline move. Gets it over to Miller. Flip shot is good. Sa Barako, nakikipagbawian na lang ng basket dito. Di uubra yan. Gusto nilang umusad outright into the quarterfinals. Cortez. Already has a double-double today. 12 points, 10 assists. Pupunta sila kay Kirby. Attacking Aliado. Nawala ng bola. Aliado takes it away. Tubit nagmamadali. The fearless to Rodney White for the tomahawk jam.
There's some points there finally for Barako Bull on the fast break. Some easy points. Yan hindi nila makuha sa laro na to. Hindi sila much makakuha ng mga points masyado sa second chance o sa turnovers. But this one, it's 2 points and it also looks good too.
Time out muna si Coach Sean Tankinsen. 77-63. Lamang pa rin ang Ginebra.
Feeling na yon, doon mo maramdaman ang buhay. Wow!
Borderless adventure here on Grow.
Back with us inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Nagpapaalala sa inyo ng UFL. Sa susunod na Sabado, sa UMAC Field gaganapin. Alas 2 ng hapon, Kaya FC kontra Global. Alas 4, Loyola Meralco kontra Philippine Air Force. Gandang matchup na ito.
Yes, that's a beautiful weekend of Saturday football right there. Yung mga matchup na yon. Just yesterday, ganda rin ang mga laban sa UFL. At lalo na nga sa susunod na linggo.
Ginebra on the attack. 77-63. Baba sa 14 ang kanilang abante. Roman back on the floor. Nakita ni Wilson si Villanueva.
Right now, it seems Barako Bull, nakakahanap na sila ng paraan para makakuha ng puntos. Ang problema pa rin nila, paano pigilan itong Barangay Ginebra? Barangay Ginebra continues to do well offensively, and this is a team, as a whole, this conference has struggled to put up points on the board.
Lily looking for Miller time dito sa Araneta. Wala pa rin kanyang tira. John Wilson leaks out. John Wilson gets the lead.
Has been the case seemingly all throughout this game. Barangay Ginebra already with 17 fast break points. Dagdag mo yung 14 points out of turnovers. That's 31 freebies na nakuha ng Barangay Ginebra.
Aliado from the outside. They look for Rodney White. White contra Enrico. Sinalubong pa ni Broman. Napulot na lang ni Nahorda.
Good job on the part of Leo Nahorda not giving up on that play. And as a whole, Barako cannot give up on this game. That's only a 16-point lead.
8 points in the game para dito kay Nahorda. Wala na pong 7 minuto natitira sa ating PBA Super Sunday. Dito lang sa Active.
Wow, matador defense.
Swerte na lang ng Barako doon at hindi pumasok yung reverse layup.
Walang pumantay kay Enrico Villanueva.
Parang inikutan niya pylon no?
At saka yung mga pylon talaga tinagalaw.
Hindi natinag. Tubid mula sa kanto. 3-pointer doesn't work. Rebound will go to Barako Bull.
Substitution, Mark Aguilar.
Right now, the game turning just a little sloppy, and any team that can get a good run here can really put this game into their hands.
6:15 natitira dito sa ating laro. Tubid with a catch and shoot. Baba sa 14 ang inahabol ng Barako.
Yan yung hinahanap ng puntos ng Barako mula kay Ronald Tubid. Only his 5th point though.
Kagiwa. Over to Broman. Perimeter jumper. Jackson Broman misses. Ito na ba yung hinahanap ng Barako Bull Energy na makapagdikit-dikit na sunod-sunod na puntos rito. Miller with a getaway. Wala pa rin.
Good challenge, Jackson Broman.
Broman gets it across. Fighting Kagiwa.
And it's a layup drill right now for Barangay Ginebra. If they choose to go for it, just as long as they have guys running, it's almost like a layup drill para sa kanila.
22 puntos para kay Mark the Spark. Miller. Lalabas ulit kay Tubid. All night to shoot. Tubid buries that 3.
Ronald Tubid, ito unti-unti na, nagising na dito sa ating 4th quarter.
Naman natin, isa sa mga streaky shooters din, itong si Ronald Tubid. Tingnan natin if Ginebra will keep an eye on him. Sloppy passing. 3-on-2 break. Rodney White passes it off to Nahorda, and he's got 10 points in the game.
Like I said, it's just sloppy right now, and it's sloppy on both ends of the court. And any team that can find some energy to really take a hold of this game can put this game away. I like what Coach Schott is doing. You bring back your energy, guys, because your team is playing sloppy. Balik si Willie Wilson, balik rin si Rudy Hatfield, and he's hoping these guys can tilt the favor back to Barangay Ginebra.
Babasa 11 ang abante ng Gin Kings, 83-72. 30-second timeout gives us a chance to look at the team standings.
Bottom to top para madali. Rainer Shine is out. Air 21 all the way to Barako fighting it out for one of those slots. Alaska's in. Barangay Ginebra also still fighting it out. BMEG and Talk and Text already assured of at least a playoff for the semifinals.
Full timeout requested on the floor. 83-72. Barangay Ginebra looking to hang on to this 11-point lead.
Astigman at malakas ang dating, pakikiligin ka pa rin ni na Aga Mulak at Joyce Jimenez.
Sa likod ng mga. Lasing ata to! Ha? Eskelto! Hoy! Anong ginagawa mo dyan? Ha? Ha? Sinupunin ka si Ma'am.
The Body and the Guard, ang romantic comedy na swak sa panlasa mo.
Sa La Liga, dito rin sa Active, sino sa Real Madrid at Real Sociedad ang tunay na makatutukan ngayong Lunes alas 9 ng gabi dito lang sa Active.
You look at Barangay Ginebra, they go back to that squad, yung lineup, yung 5 na nagbigay sa kanila ng kalamangan, and they're gonna be asked to close out this game. Mark Kagiwa responds very quickly with 2 points.
Coming up on 4.5 remaining in this game. Barako looking chop some more points off that deficit, pero Barangay Ginebra looking good to preserve it. They got a basket from Kagiwa and another one from Hatfield. That's
just layups. It's layups. You see it right there. Only 2 people went down defensively para sa Barako Bull. Rudy Hatfield, he's a guy that's always gonna run. That means mas marami sa kanilang magkakaroon ng pagkakataon para sa layup dito.
Balik sa 15 ang abante rito ng Barangay Ginebra. Rodney White looking to finish with the left. Kagiwa gets it over to Cortez. 2-on-1. 3-on-1 pa. Roman sa kanyang dakdak. And Willie Wilson still keeping this possession alive para sa Ginebra.
And that's because they have the numbers all the time. When they run, they will have the numbers against this Barako Bull side.
Cortez looking for Froman sa poste kontra Aliado. Turnaround, quick release. Froman misses. Hatfield with a hand on it.
And right away, Hatfield is going to make an impact as well as Willie Wilson. Why? Because they're playing with more energy than any other guy on the floor out there.
Puro Ginebra lang ang tumatagay dito. Hindi pinapasa papunta sa Barako. Third serving. Kagiwa. Doesn't work. Wilson once again. Ika-apat na pagkakataon to para sa Barangay Ginebra.
And that's why Coach Schott made that change. 2 offensive rebounds para kay Willie Wilson. Rudy Hatfield with 1 himself.
Ika-siyam na rebound yan para dito kay Willie Wilson. What a performance once again. Tignan mo naman yung offensive rebounding story, Jay. Wilson attacking Miller. Wilson naipit. Lalabas kay Cortez. 3 to shoot. Cortez para 3. Ay, air ball.
You know, yes, it's an air ball. They didn't get 2 points. But when you put that in the scheme of things, halos isang minuto ang sinunog ng Barangay Ginebra in that one possession alone.
87-72, less than 3 minutes remaining. Barangay Ginebra looking good to pick up their 5th win and in tow a spot in at least the quarterfinals, Jason.
Well, right now, Barako Bull's not out of it. They just have to put points together. It's just so slow bago magkaroon ng development ng kanilang opensa. This could get them back.
Arboleda knocks down that 3.
That's just a 12-point lead right now. Still a chance if they can force turnovers and be a little quicker in getting their sets together.
Napansin mo yung mga papuntang exit, makikipagpunahan sa sakayan, biglang natigil. Pumasok yung 3-pointer na yun ni paring Winnie. Nagkabuhol pa sila ni Broman sa pagkakataong yun. Personal foul on paring Winnie. Sideline inbound Ginebra. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. Ginebra wanting to use up as much clock as they can. Kagiwa lines up a 3. Doesn't work. Rodney White, eto, kumakawag-kawag pa ang Barako Bull dito.
That's the shot that they want. If they can make this, they're back in it. If they miss it, lalo silang lalalim dito sa minuhukay sa kanilang bangkay ng Barangay Ginebra.
Libingan naman, hinukay mo naman yung bangkay.
Yung ano nga naman, libingan.
Zombie yun ba?
Oo nga naman. Tama.
Walking Dead yun, ano yan? 2-minute warning here at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. 87-75, 12 ang abante ng Ginebra. Sinipa pa ni Tubig yun, so shot clock will be reset to 14.
Might be it right now, because when you look at the body language of Barako Bull, they just did not match the body language, the positivism ng Barangay Ginebra sa araw na to. One of the key guys, that guy right there, Willie Wilson, came out strong in the first quarter, and it continued on. Guys like Rudy Hatfield, they stayed positive. While Barako Bull was walking into their spots, these guys were running to their spots, and really almost was bullying itong Barako Bull.
Wilson, 5 points, 9 rebounds so far. Make that 6 points para sa kanya. Now, Mark Kagiwa sharing a laugh with his teammates, Froman and Cortez. Relax na sila at this point. Looking good sila.
It looks like they're going to be booking their quarterfinal spot. And they're right again. Nakikita nyo na naman. Yan yung diferensya. Yan ang malaking diferensya sa araw na to, yung energy ng dalawa.
At yung offensive rebounding din ang ginamit nila kontra Token Tex last time around. Nakikita nilang talagang saan sila aasa at sasandal sa facet ng laro nilang yan. Ayan na naman, Hatfield with a hand on it. Arboleda recovers. Lubid looking to decide where to go. Arboleda step to the left 3. Aliado with a rebound. Miller once again sneaks one through. May kasama pang foul. And with exactly a minute remaining here, pagkakataon ng Barako, ibabato sa 10.
There we go again. Ito na naman. Just when you think they're out, itong Barako Bull starts to tease you na kaya pa namin bumalik. And then they shatter your dreams once again.
Sorry miss para kay Willie Miller. Mas marami nang napatayo dito sa loob ng Smart Araneta as Barangay Ginebra is just dribbling away some precious seconds off that clock. maganda pa dito para sa mga Barangay Ginebra fans, not only will they be booking a quarterfinal seat, buhay pa yung pag-asa nila sa automatic semifinals.
Yes, and that's what they want to go for. Dahil yung laban sa quarterfinals is gonna be difficult because it's a 3-game set. And if you get unlucky, you have a bad game in 2 out of those 3, which is highly likely dahil sa iksi nun. Pwedeng mawala pa sa'yo yung pagkakataon na yan. You go to the semifinals, you get some time to rest, which is about perfect time to rest, which is 1 week. Gets you well prepared for a good run in the semis and the finals. That's why ang daming mga koponan na hinahabol yan.
Sama mo pa yung 1-game day na Good Friday, ano? Hindi rin na masasama pa sa pahinga mo yun. Parating na rin ang Holy Week. Hurries along too. Pero with just over half a minute remaining, Barangay Ginebra will pick up win number 5. Dito sa ating Commissioner's Cup, Barako will fall to 4 and 5 pero all is not lost. Meron pa rin outside shot. Long shot man, nandoon pa rin yun.
A lot of teams right now at 4 and 5. A lot of those hoping that this will happen, that will happen para sa mga makapasok. But in the end, they've put their destiny outside of their hands.
Tutukan nyo po sa Active Center, hihimayin nila Coach Ronnie Magsano kung ano nga ba ang naging resulta ng mga larong ito and what to look forward to come Wednesday. That is going to be right after our broadcast here from the Smart Araneta. 91-81, Barangay Ginebra. Papasok na, tutuloy na po doon sa quarterfinals. At least, hindi pa rin sila magbabakasyon. At least lang, nandun na sila sa next round.
A lot of guys really to attribute this victory. Guy right there, Rudy Hatfield, for his energy. Willie Wilson as well was pretty good. But also Mike Cortez was able to set up his team as the lone point guard that played much of the game today because of the absence of JJ. But in the end, it was the scoring of this guy that was key para dito sa Barangay Ginebra in that run in the 3rd quarter.
Mark the Spark Kagiwa, ang ating best player of the game. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. Mark, medyo malas ka noong first half. Napansin natin nagpalit ka yata ng sapatos during the break and you came out smoking here in the second half. Did it have anything to do with it?
Siguro yun nga nagpalit rin ako ng jersey. Usually, I don't really change the jersey. Malas talaga ako, so nagpalit na rin ako sa sapatos.
Alam mo, Mark, susumbong ko lang yung partner ko. Sabi niya yung buhok mo daw ngayon, buhok grade 2, payag ka ba nun?
Let me get up there. Let's
But all in all, you've given your team a shot here. Not only are you into the quarterfinals, but semifinals looking good. At least a playoff for that. What is the outlook of the team right now because of that?
Well, last 2 games looking good naman. We won that game against Talking Tex. That's a big boost for us. And coming to this game and winning again and running all our plays, medyo komportable naman kami ngayon.
And if you gauge your team right now with your import and everything, at what level are you right now heading over to the playoffs?
Well, alam mo naman, Ginebra, on and off yan. Sana lang, we always just gotta be aggressive. Defense and offense, yun lang ang kailangan namin. We keep that up, and I think we'll get the W.
Mark, all tournament long, pero especially in the last 2 games, yung Willie Wilson, yung Rudy Hatfield, really giving you guys what you need, that energy shot. How big have these guys been for you guys?
Those guys been big. Lalo na si Willie Wilson. Willie Wilson, when he started playing against Talking Tex, dun nakita namin mas lalong kailangan namin siya. And of course, coming and playing with Rudy Hatfield, those guys are unmatchable. Mahirap silang bantayan.
So Mark, we now give you an opportunity to invite everybody. Wednesday, first game you take on Air 21, and if you win that, you get a shot at the playoff for the semis.
We'll see you on Wednesday, mga fans ng Ginebra, and I want to say to my mom, my dad, matulog na kayo, my uncles, they're still watching. All right.
Maraming salamat and congratulations, Mark the Spark Kagiwa. What a PBA Super Sunday we've had.
We had an excellent first game, second game as well. Lumilinaw na ng konti yung ating standings at ano mangyayari. Pero kailangan pa rin natin yung last game day para malaman kung ano mga placing at ano mangyayari sa ating pagpasok ng ating playoff.
Etong PBA Commissioner's Cup, good to the last drop. Siguraduhin nyo pong tumutok ngayong darating na Miyerkules. Pero bago yan, bumalik muna tayo sa Active Center. Sa ngalan ng aking partner na si Jason Webb, pati na rin kay Nico Ramos, ang ating direktor na si Julius Melo at producer na si Michael Jubiliar. Mag-umargin po, nagpapasalamat sa inyong panonood. Dito ang inyong PBA on Active.